Sit. Give me a paw. Lay down. Up. Good girl. Here you go. There you go. Hello, YouTubers. Alaska Prepper here. Thought I'd come on out for a walk and let the dogs out. I hope you're all doing all right, and I hope you're all having a good weekend. Like I said, it's a beautiful day out, so look at that sky. There's the sun. It's like 40-something degrees today. This is a heat wave for us. There you go. Don't really have anything to prep today. Like I said, I just thought I'd come out, let the dogs out for a little bit, let them run out, run around. Already let them out, once or twice this morning. I like to let them out more than a couple times a day so they can run around. I really like it here. I wish I had a little more land, but this is nice nonetheless. I've always said that if I was single, that I'd go and buy me some land out in the bush and just stay out there. But I wouldn't trade being single for having my family. But I would like to be out in the bush and just maybe come into town, not 100% self-efficient or sufficient or reliant, whatever you want to call it. But maybe come into town once every 6 weeks or so, get some supplies, but definitely, you know, hunt my own meat and or fish it. It's kind of difficult, I've noticed, around here to get property at a decent price. That's like by a lake or a river, you know, or even with a stream running through it. You can get a lot of acreage up north for a pretty good price if you buy it from, or especially if you buy it from the state. But most of it is landlocked, and you need a snowmobile or four-wheeler to get back there. And right now, that's just not doable. So I was just thinking to myself today how awesome it would be to be free of a punch in a clock. So I'm almost desperate to not work anymore. But I keep thinking to myself that it's better to stop punching a clock when the time is right, instead of trying to rush it. So in other words, it's better to eat a meal that you cooked in a slow cooker instead of one that you've cooked in a microwave. The microwave meal probably gets done a lot quicker, but the one that you made in the slow cooker, it's going to taste much better. So just one step at a time, doing it right, trying to do it right. And it's unfortunate too, because I'm sure it's like this for almost everyone, at least almost everyone in the US, if not most everyone in the world, unless you're very wealthy in fiat terms, that most of the things that hold us back from doing the things that we want to do is debt. Because if I was 100% debt free right now, I would definitely not be punching a clock. But I'm not, and I am doing what I need to do in order to sustain ourselves, and in order for us to have the things that we need, and in order for us to prepare to have the things that we may need in the future. So there's nothing wrong with that. But unfortunately, like I said, most people have financial barriers between themselves and their freedom. Now, that's not saying that if you're 100% debt free that you're 100% free. I don't think that's possible in the times that we live. You know, for example, here in the US, if you have a home or land, you can say that the land is no longer owned by the bank after you pay the loan off, if you took a loan out for it. But once that's done and over with, you still have property taxes to deal with, which, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the most evil taxes there are. Property taxes and inflation, the hidden tax that not very many people know about, and what they call it, the death tax, where when someone passes away, if their property is worth more than a certain number of dollars, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it's $1 million. If your estate is worth more than $1 million, or $1 million or more, that whoever inherits said estate will have to pay taxes on everything that you passed on to them, even though you spent your life paying taxes to attain the things that you already have, that you left for your children. So some people have mixed feelings about that, you know, mostly people that lean on the side of, well, if you're going to die, you should leave everything to the state. And I don't know who came up with that. I think it was Roger Moore that I heard say that he thinks that a 100% death tax is appropriate, because I don't know any parent, or at least any parent that I know of, I don't know any that doesn't do everything they do for their children. Everything I do is for my family. So why would I want to leave the state, my property, that I spent my life working for after I left the earth? It makes no sense. So it's been a pretty good weekend so far. I hope you guys have enjoyed your weekend. I can't get past how beautiful it is out here today. I'm not sure how much of this you're getting, because I think the sunlight might be affecting the camera on this thing. But if you're getting this, it is absolutely beautiful. And in case I didn't tell you guys, the drippity drops are coming down. I see drippity drops and I hear drippity drops coming from my roof, which means that the snow is melting. The time is coming. Pretty soon, after the snow melts, I'll start working on my house. I still have to put siding on it. I still have to build some decks. I have a lot to do this year, but I'm hoping that this year will be the last year of heavy construction, so that next year I can start working on the actual land, you know, building chicken coops, building a pig pen. I want to get some goats. I want to get some turkeys. I want to get all those things, and I'm hoping that next year will be the year. I want to have a garden too. Oh, there's the dogs. Come here, girls. Come here, girls. Come here. Here you go. They're going to be coming up here in a hurry. There you go. Whoa, there you are. Good girl. Good girl. What are you doing, huh? Want to see Daddy? Good girl. Come on, go play. But anyways, like I was saying, that's kind of my dream, is to be able to take my little bit of land that I have, and maybe in a few years, 2, 3, 4 years, maybe start making a very small profit from the excess or the excesses that I produce. Maybe I can start out with a couple pigs a year and then maybe grow it to 4 or 5. Not too many though. 4 or 5, 6 maybe sounds good. Because it does take a lot of work as far as getting feed, getting bedding, making shelter for them. You know, having a few chickens to put away for the winter in the deep freezer, and then having some that we can keep for eggs. All of that stuff is a lot of work, but it's very satisfying. Come here. Very satisfying to eat your own food, to eat food that you produced on your own land, and knowing that you can produce it if it becomes unavailable. So, can't go wrong there. And of course, on days like this, I don't even feel like prepping. I just want to come out here and stay out here for the day. Don't feel like prepping. I still have to pack up the last payday prep I showed you guys. I might pack that up tonight, but I might wait till tomorrow, just so I can enjoy the rest of the day We might go into town later on. But I wanted to have a real quick discussion. Actually, this just came to mind. And I intended on talking about this, but I forgot about it, and I just remembered. I was talking to someone the other day, and I was telling them, you know, testing them out, you know, telling them, hey, you should probably invest a little bit of money in silver, or not invest, or protect some of your wealth in silver. Told them that they should, you know, put away a little bit of food, and they were very nonchalant about it. And we started talking about it again, not trying to push it down their throat or anything like that, but we just started casually talking about it again. And from what I understand, they pretty much just gave up. You know, they've pretty much just given up. You know, they understand that the economy is a mess. They understand that the world is kind of a mess. They understand that our government is a mess. They understand all these things. But they said, there's nothing that I can do to control any of it. And the surprising thing that they told me was something really crazy. They said, if SHTF ever happens, I'll just take myself out, and then I can leave this world, and I don't have to worry about it. And I was thinking to myself, why would anyone think like that? Because there's always hope. As long as you've got a breath left in your lungs, there is always hope. And I remember this story that I heard, which it was intended to be kind of a joke, but when you really think about it, it's true. And it was about a man whose home was being flooded. And the authorities came by, or some rescuers came by the first day before the levees broke, and they told this guy, hey, we have to evacuate because this area is going to flood. And the gentleman said, no, I'll be fine. You know, God will take care of me. And then on the second day, the water was consuming his first floor, so he was on his second floor. So outside his second floor window, somebody knocked, and they said, hey, come on out, we're here to rescue you. And he said, no, I'll be fine because God's going to take care of me. And then on the third day, he was on his roof because the water had consumed his whole house. Well, another boat came by, and they're like, come on, get on in here, because by tomorrow this will be even more flooded and you're not going to have anywhere to stand. And the gentleman said, no, God will take care of me. Well, on the fourth day, when the boat came by again, the guy was dead. He was floating, and he was dead. Well, this guy's soul was waiting at St. Peter's Gate. And he said, hey, Pete, I want to talk to the man because I have a grievance. So Pete accommodated him, and he brought him to talk to the man. And he said, listen, God, why did you forsake me? My entire life I've lived for you, and I've always played by the rules. Why did you just let me die like that? And God told him, well, I sent you 3 boats. And I think you can probably see what I'm talking about when I tell you all. If you understand that joke or that story, I think you can see what I talk about when I say that we have been blessed with time. Because I'm not saying that we have been blessed because of the terrible circumstances that are going on in the world, but we have been blessed with time to prepare. We have been blessed with time to help to awaken others so that they can prepare, so that when we need to consume and or use the supplies that we're preparing with today, that we'll have them. And we have been blessed with that time. So take advantage of it. Obviously, we don't know when our time here is going to be done. But while we're here, we should make it count. And be thankful every day that you have the things that you have. Don't concentrate on the things that you don't have, but be thankful for the things that you do have. And the things that you want and you don't have, then work for it and get it. It doesn't matter what your situation is. You can work. Even if you're in a wheelchair, you can work. You can find something to do. There's some way, any way that you can find something to do that you can make your situation better than what it is now. Now, there's obviously some situations that some people may be in that there's absolutely nothing they can do. So I don't want to hear someone put on the comments, well, what if you're a quadriplegic? Well, obviously, you know, but if you're here and you're walking and you're talking and you've got all your limbs, you've got your eyesight, your situation may be unfavorable, but you're here and you're still able. Well, goodness, ladies and gentlemen, if you've stuck with me this long, I commend you. I truly commend you. I wasn't really going to do a video today, but I really love posting videos because I love reading and replying to the comments. So hopefully I didn't bore you to death today. I think I'm going to go ahead and do what I said about the questions and answers on Sundays. So what I'll do is, don't be offended if I do not answer your questions right away when you put them up, or if I respond to your comments. What I'll do is I'll try to compile those throughout the week, and then on Sundays I can do a little 10-15 minute video about as long as this one, so that I can take that time to answer questions and or respond to comments. And more likely I'll still answer the questions and respond to the comments as I see them, but I'll compile them all. That way everyone can have a chance, or at least everyone that watches the video and sits through this boring exercise. It's good to be bored. It's good to be it is good to be comfortable with being bored. At least I've heard that, because from what I understand is, if you are comfortable with being bored, it means that you are happy with who you are. So I'll leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to keep chattering on. It's going to take forever for me to upload this video as it is. So remember to be good to each other, and remember that when good people do good things happen. Reach one, teach one, repeat. If everyone did this, the world would be a better place. And you know that the world will be a better place. Many blessings to all in your families. This is Alaska Prepper, and I'm out.